Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Catherine Allen of Docutecture LLC, and today I'll be sharing with you how to add value to your small business using Business Process Management, or BPM. And remember, you can call us at any time at 757-630-2915, and we'll chat about the tools we can develop to make your business more valuable. I suppose we should start talking about what BPM is. Everybody talks about processes, procedures, policies, and those are all part of process management. But what is BPM, and why is it often used in the scary corporate world and not in small business world? I believe it's because most people have the misconception that BPM is a system, a technology that tracks every element of your business, and that's just not true. There are systems that track that automate some of your processes, some of the things it takes to get your business done or produce your product. But process management is almost a culture or a way of handling the business of doing your business. It doesn't have to be scary. It can be manageable, and that's what we're here for. That's what Docutecture is all about. We want to share with you how BPM doesn't have to be just for big business, how you can have immediate benefits from documenting your business processes. The truth is, you're already doing process management to some extent. You are, whether you're a micromanager or a real hands-off manager in your business, you are paying attention to the things that are important to you. You're watching how a job flows through the shop, you're monitoring your salespeople's conversations, you are making sure that certain ratios from your financial statements meet your expectations, you're watching your expenses, you're doing all of the things that are in process management already. You just don't have the structure behind it. BPM, Business Process Management, will give you the tools you need to do all of that consistently every single time, to give you predictable results every single time. And that's not to say that there isn't the full moon effect where things go haywire, but if you can provide your employees with the user manual that says this is how I want business done, then they can do that. They can learn it, and it becomes part of what they do. So eventually they stop having to think about what comes next, and they just do it, which makes it easier for them to respond when the full moon effect hits. BPM is about everything it takes to achieve your goals. It's the planning, the managing, the measuring, the adjusting, and repeat. It's all of that over and over and over again. That's why it's a process. You start somewhere, you create something, you end up with something of value, and you start all over again. Often when people talk of BPM, they are talking about process management in the corporate world or in big business world, and they are talking about really big systems and technologies and automation and how to bridge gaps in their company. But the truth is, business process management benefits small businesses in huge ways. Oftentimes our margins are much smaller than they are in big business, so anything we can do to increase efficiency and make people more effective at what they're doing is clearly a benefit. For small business, BPM may simply just mean starting somewhere. It may simply just mean identifying the high-level steps it takes to get the customer's order in the door and get their valuable product in their hands and make them happy so that they want to come back and do it again. And for a small business, that might just mean making a list, step 1, step 2, step 3. And then once you make that list, it might mean adding to it a little bit, saying, oh, well, here's how we do step 1, here's how we do step 3, and well, now that we have that, well, let me throw a policy in there. We do not accept checks over $5,000. Your list doesn't have to be computerized. You can handwrite this list. You can distribute it to your employees and say, this is our process. This is how we do business. And you can add to that whenever you need to. As a matter of fact, you should add to it. You should modify it. You should improve upon it. Eventually, you may want to add the measures that identify what makes that process step or elements of that process step successful so that you can keep track of how your employees are doing. Process management for a small business may mean that your processes are never entered into a computer system. They are never automated. Might be good for you, but it might not be good for you. If your business is very small, it may be much more manageable in an Excel spreadsheet or Word file. It doesn't matter how it's documented, only that it is, and that it is communicated, and that it is revisited, and it is used as part of your business or the operation of your business. It doesn't just sit on your desk or in a drawer collecting dust. It becomes a living thing. Your employees will know when you say process, right where to go to get it, and that they can expect to rely on it, to trust it. Small businesses often get a little overwhelmed when they start talking about processes, because the minute you start talking about one step in a process, you automatically are brought to language used by your company. You're brought to rules, regulations, standards of quality, standards of service. You're brought to a bunch of different things that if you really delve into every aspect of that process step, you could be inundated with so much data you don't know how to continue. That's okay. You don't have to delve into all of that right away. You can build process management one step at a time, and you can go as detailed as you want. In some businesses, not documenting the full extent of every activity that takes place in a process step is actually a benefit, because if it's not something that you're concerned that it's done the exact same way every time, then you might want to allow your employees the freedom to be creative and innovative and handle things, in a more one-off or on-the-fly situation, as long as it provides value to the customer in the end. Even the smallest detail about how you do business, when documented, becomes a tool you can use to communicate with your employees. It draws a line in the sand about how you want things done. It allows you to reference something when something doesn't go right. It opens up channels of communication, so you can say, here's the process, what happened, how do we fix it? Was it the process that failed you, or did you fail the process? It helps a manager manage the day when they have something to refer to. That's one of the great benefits of documenting your processes, is you've got it in paper. We've all agreed on it. This is the way it is. And when it doesn't go that way, we now have a jumping off point for conversation, a way to make things better the next time. Along those same lines, documented processes give you the foundation for phenomenal training materials for new employees that will shorten the learning curve of anyone coming on. If you've defined the language in your company, then the person knows that the lunchroom is now considered the ingestion station. It's not the lunchroom. It keeps people from being lost. They know what's expected of them right from the start. Documented processes help decrease inefficiencies due to employees being uncertain about what they're supposed to do next, about how they're supposed to handle a situation. Processes help you provide predictable quality and service to your customers. A happy customer equals more business. We already know that. It's a tool to help managers become leaders. Instead of managing the fire of the moment, it helps them lead the day. They already know what has to get done. When that unpredictable thing comes up, they don't have to worry about thinking about what comes next. They're ready to launch into the solution. I think I'm done telling you all about the benefits of process management. In my mind, the benefits are just endless. Make it easier for you to manage your business, make your leaders more prepared to lead, make your employees much more clear on what's expected of them, gives you a tool to monitor performance and of not only your employees but of your business in general. The benefits of BPM are just endless. But the big takeaway here is this: don't be afraid to launch into BPM. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can start small. You can add on it. You can make it better. You can improve it as time goes on. Any little bit you do has immediate benefits and makes it that much easier to continue. I can't thank you enough for joining me today while I shared with you some of the benefits of BPM in a small business. I hope you walk away being more inspired to find out more about the benefits BPM can have on your business. You can find us anytime at www.docutecture.com. Email me at info@docutecture.com or call me 757-630-2915 and we'll talk about what BPM can look like for your company. Have a great day and I look forward to next time.